Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Sims Medieval, here in Mossstone Kingdom, where our wonderful Queen Briarrose the Illustrious just ended hosting a wonderful feast with Gastroby, and we are still celebrating all throughout the land. Illusionary food is everywhere. Magnus Zane is trying to hide in his tower, so he finally has a moment's peace after helping to put together the famous wedding feast for the Queen. And we do actually have Queen Briarrose the Illustrious now married to an elf prince of the elf island Effenmont, actually, and she already has the very first and hopefully a long line of prince and princesses, little Prince Thornley, who I am so happy we finally have an heir to the kingdom, even if it does sound like he wants to run off to become a gentleman pirate instead. And that leaves us staring at the whole of Mossstone, ready to pick our newest quest. And after very carefully considering all of the quests that are available and what characters I really miss and would love to see again, I have decided, my friends, we are going to begin with the evolution of Chinchilla. Yes, that's right, Chinchilla, which happen to be one of my favorite animals, and they're just adorable little dust balls that can zoom around like lightning. They're basically greased lightning in the form of a dust bunny. And I love chinchillas, they're very sweet, and I'm very curious to see how they may not be so sweet in this quest, because apparently they're also extremely dangerous in Mossstone. So let's go ahead and dive in to the evolution of Chinchilla, and I will show you guys the hero that we actually get to revisit in just a moment. A chinchilla was a chinchilla. At least, that's what the common wisdom used to be, before the reports started flooding in of chinchillas that seemed impervious to harm. Hunters were in a bit of a panic, as their weapons seemed to bounce right off these creatures' hides. Now why would you hunt a chinchilla, I ask? What's going on in the forest? What had happened to these chinchillas? Someone would have to find out, no matter what the danger. Dun dun dun! Alright, so you can actually do two different routes for this. You could go for heavy metal, which is your blacksmith. So conventional swords don't seem to be doing it against these chinchillas. There's a simple solution for that. New, better swords. And that will actually get you a little bit more security, which our security is very high, but it's not maxed out. So that might be nice for our kingdom. Or we could do Chinchilla of the Watcher. There may be a way to settle the situation with something other than swords and bloods. Swords and blood. A little faith, a little careful construction. Who knows what solutions we might craft to this chinchilla problem. Now, that also sounds kind of fun too, to try to learn to live alongside the chinchilla, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think that the Patarian priest that we have, or more monk or father, whatever you end up calling him, I'll call him the Patarian priest for simplicity's sake. But I don't think he's that brave, and I think that he's very distracted with the plights of orphans and wouldn't really be thinking about how to go in and try to communicate with apparently deathly chinchillas in the forest. So we're actually going to be revisiting our favorite cursed blacksmith Kirspin. Dun dun dun! Want a better sword? You've come to the right place. So we're actually going to be working with blacksmith Kirspin. It has been a long time, and I am very ready to see his family again with midwife Tegwin and his son, little Kelsier. And if you guys are not familiar with them, I highly recommend checking out the first and second seasons of our adventures in Sims Medieval. Kirspin's story, so far, absolutely one of my favorites. So it's going to be really fun to craft better swords with him and see what's going on. Oh, he was at the feast. How cool is that? Was he actually invited to the feast? No, we were at the feast. I didn't think he would be invited to the feast. And we're back home. It's been so long since I have seen Kirspin's home. Holy cow, with that circle rug that is made into a ring of gold that his wife, the head witch, or the midwife, who's really a very powerful hedge witch, oh, what's her name? No. I remember her name. Tegwin! She loves family, but she's also evil and puny. And so the idea is that she uses her evil magic powers to protect her family that she loves. And she's from a long line of somewhat evil magicians. However, she's turned over a little bit of a new leaf since her family was killed in the war against other evil magicians, and she realized maybe things were a little desperate. And her brother is actually, and Zane, our wizard, and Kirspin is the brother-in-law of Zane as a result. And I would really love to be able to make Zane some better staves and staffs to kind of help him. And then little Smith Renarin, who's a fool who's greedy and good. So he probably goes around with our greedy young prince, helping to like steal things from the market stalls all the time. I love the idea that they could be good friends. Maybe they'll actually become gentlemen pirates together. Ah, but he's good, so I don't know if he'd become a pirate. But he is our son, our first of hopefully maybe more children about to show up. But all right, let's see what the quest has for us. Blacksmith Kirspin looked up from his forge at the stranger who had wandered in. Clearly a hunter, the woman sighed and turned her somewhat resigned eyes towards Kirspin. She spoke of hunting, of chinchillas, and of a mysterious inability to pierce their hide. Blacksmith Kirspin was perplexed. The chinchillas of the local forest had been hunted for quite some time, and they rarely offered much resistance. As Kirspin stood there, thinking, the hunter turned and walked out the door. "I'll be back in a bit," she said. "I hope there's something you can do to help me." Oh, that's so cool. So let's see. I should talk to the hunter when she returns and find out more about these oddly resistant chinchillas. All right, so that's what we're going to do with Kirspin. For now, he and his wife are actually, midwife Tegwin, are actually sleeping. Or they were sleeping. I guess Tegwin is going to be waking up soon. The guard is out. And we could talk with her about the chinchillas, but I don't want to do that just yet. So, oh wait. Okay, hang on. Oh, midwife Tegwin! Okay, don't laugh, you guys, but come on. Tegwin just woke up. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and let's give her a little hold of the hands while she's here. I love how midwife Tegwin is just like always in her like mage clothes, but let's actually plan her outfit and maybe give her something that's a little bit more fitting. I like that idea. But while the son is apparently maybe spending the night at the palace hanging out for a sleepover with the young prince, because I love the idea that they're just good friends, we're going to go ahead and romantic hug. I know we're starting off steamy with this family, but come on. I think the midwife and I think that Kirspin have been thinking about maybe adding to the family. We would pronounce undying devotion to her and praise her beauty and kiss passionately. Whew, you really have to build things up in The Sims 3 era. I really forget about that. But Tegwin himself is... Oh, yep, just in time. Hi, Renarin. I guess you want to be an only child, eh? Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I see how it is. But Kirspin himself is solitary, which means he will be in the best mood when he's alone and will receive the enjoying solitude buff. He also loves to tackle all quests on his own and will receive a positive buff when questing alone. He doesn't feel the need to seek out social interactions as often as other Sims. He's also dedicated, which means he often ends up with extra responsibilities we have to do every day. But he has a legendary trait of being Herculean. If not already, your sim will instantly become lean and muscular and will stay that way forever. Your sim will almost always win fights. Your sim will win more often at King Ball, and he can give heroic speeches and brag about his incredible strength, which I think is pretty funny. But alright, we're gonna have him go ahead. Bear soup! Oh my gosh, I could see him going out to the forest pretty regularly and getting bear soup. We're gonna have him go ahead and get some bear soup. I guess we won't work on a sibling. I saw that, Renarin! Just sneaking in like, hey mom and dad, what are you doing? And then I kind of want to see what our responsibilities are going to be for the day before we speak to the blacksmith. But since he's up early, thwarted with his efforts of adding to the family by his own son, we'll go ahead and carry on with doing some things to try to unlock the next level for Kirspin. Also, we could send Renarin shopping to distract him for a minute so that we could maybe buy some more of the bits. I have mythical metal fragments here. Oh, those are important. All right, what else do I have? The steel hammer, We have a boring blade, a tooth of Jacob, which is actually attack level 7, in case anyone needed a sword. We have a embossed longsword, a sword of exquisite craftsmanship and beauty. Not only is it deadly on the field of battle, it will also make its wearer cut a dashing figure at the fanciest of soirees. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But we are kind of low on food. I really might have Little Smith Renarin. Oh wait, did she make some food down here? We could put a pit down here. That wouldn't be a bad idea, so we have like more things to eat. Oh look, and the guard has returned! Oh wow, she's really pretty! Hunter Mirabelle, let's not allow, you know, our wife to hear us say that. She's cool! She looks rough and tough. Alright, let's talk to her. The physician's visiting as well, I don't know why. And then I actually want to see what Kirsten might be able to forge, because it's been so long since we've been with him. But let's talk to this cool guard about chinchillas. And then we might change Tegwin's outfit later, so she kind of blends in as a witch a little bit better. Alright, this is quite cool. Alright, what is she saying? It was the strangest thing. I've hunted these chinchillas for years, but this time it was as if my sword simply bounced off them. You can see for yourself if you want. Take my sword and go find a chinchilla in the forest, but be careful. Oh my gosh, are we really? Okay, so we're gonna take the sword and maybe we'll see, like, if it's any good early on. With this borrowed sword, I should take a look at the supposedly evolved chinchillas myself. It's time for a quick trip into the forest. And we will investigate the chinchillas in the forest. But I love the idea that he's also just like, I just want to be able to do this to see the quality of the sword. And maybe that will let Kirsten kind of imagine the quality of the security in Mossstone. Because he might be concerned enough to think, maybe we should go ahead and, ooh, the Dread Pike, nice. Maybe we should go ahead and upgrade all of the armor for our knights. If they cannot defeat chinchillas, how will we defend the kingdom? Kirsten always thinks about things like that. And I'm gonna actually have him come over, and I want to see what he can forge. Longsword, crude longsword, the Bartich, the untempered longsword, a great sword, boring blade, rapier, cutlass, steel longsword, embossed longsword, precise skimar, chainmail, ram shackle chest guard, crude plate mail, steel plate mail, knight's plate, rustic paddle, expert paddle, obsidian paddle, excala paddle, the most advanced technology in king ball paddle technology. All the professions agree. This is the best king ball paddle money can buy. You won't see a professional tournament where the winners weren't wielding one of these bad boys. Using some of the rarest materials. Something tells me that the king, who really everyone just kind of calls informally the prince because he acts like a young prince, our elf king, who only ever goes to the king ball paddles, like that's all he does every day, all day, he'd probably want an excala paddle. And then, ooh, we can make Watcher's hammer. These hammers are the standard used by smiths of Yakovich to forge the superior armaments of Jacob's sword. That would be higher quality than our steel hammer, so we might want to try to create that. Then there's also fiery great swords and blades if you just add the flame sword enchantment to it. There's a Vortian scale, which adds a little bit of defense. So we can craft like a lot of interesting things. What is this? The Golden Archiform, a favored staff of Tridani wizards, cast spells and look rich while doing it. So we could craft that for our brother-in-law if we wanted to. A mechanical bird brain? We just need a crystallized falcon soul and raptorinium. Okay, and a lifeless mechanical falcon that we could craft if we just had raptorinium. Okay, we might need to try to work on that because that sounds kind of amazing. And then one of the things that the blacksmith does is he actually has these stalls. So let's come outside and check the stall real quick. Also, it was crowded in there and it was stressing him out. But this little stall is actually where we can sell some of the things he finds. We are not going to sell a serving plate, as funny as that is. So there's like Advortian scale, a hammer, a crudium hammer. We could put like a boring blade in here if we wanted to. I have a feeling he wouldn't mind fighting with a boring blade, actually. I feel like he'd be good at fighting with a boring blade. The embossed longsword could go in here and people might buy it. Let's see. The Tooth of Jacob, forged in the depths of Yakovich's cathedral district by the mightiest smiths, these swords are twice blessed by the eye of Jacob and wielded by the infamous justicers, who are tasked with hunting down the most dangerous enemies of Jacob's enemies. The most dangerous of Jacob's enemies. Oh, that's so cool. So we can sell like shiny stones, which I don't remember what they're used for. And the other things that we can gather, like mithril, azurite, electrum, that we might need for the wizard, we can sell those in here too. So we'll have to think about that. All right, meanwhile, let's go ahead and let's actually go investigate the forest. Why not? We're just going to get an early start on things because he's not going to put up... In fact, let's... Here. Speaking of early start on things, before I forget, let's come... Haha! And we're going to let him collect some of the material around his house and start working his way over. Let's see. Would we go up here? Probably. Azurite. And start work... Well, we might not go that way. Start working his way to where there's ferrous. Shiny stones and quartz we're also collecting. Electrum, electrum. But we will start working our way over to the forest. I just want to make sure we're gathering things that are useful to him. Phosphorus might be useful. Oh hey, and Guard Bartholomew is just like staring at this stone. Why are you cackling at this stone? Maybe he knows something about it we don't, and we need to discover these. He is a little bit of an odd duck. Like, what are you doing, Guard Bartholomew? Oh, look, and the hunter is headed over to the forest. Okay, it'll be fun to follow her. Let's see. This man is a little bit odd. There. And now we are also enjoying our solitude, and we have the geologist ability, or the geologist perk from going ahead and using our rock finding skills. And that's actually a special skill that the blacksmith has. Not many of the other characters, the other heroes, are able to access these rocks, which is why I like him to try to collect as much as he can. Ooh, we got some of that electrum, which is pretty rare and useful. Alright, where is he now? Come on, Kirsten! There you are, getting the phosphorus and shiny stones. I'm pretty sure they're used for something. Alright, Bartholomew, what are you doing? This is just phosphorus. Look at how cool that is, though. That's why he has Herculean strength. Because he is just constantly coming in here and smacking at these rocks. And collecting what he can. More phosphorus. I wonder what this one is. I think some of these can be like super duper rare too. Just more phosphorus. Alright, we'll go ahead and collect that. And then we will carry on to the forest, where I think there's just probably more phosphorus lying about in bits and pieces. What's this? That's Lord Leaf. Can I? Yeah, can't collect Lord Leaf. There's Azurite. I don't think we have any Azurite yet that I can really use. I want to gather these now because it takes forever to get these rocks when you actually need them, and you need a lot of them for crafting. Alright, but then when we get here, we will investigate the Chinchillas and begin Kirspin's latest adventure. Look at how freaking fit he got since getting that legendary trait. And he will do his best to help protect his home. That is kind of the bottom line of what Kirspin wants to do. He used to be cursed. He was able to break the curse upon himself that caused him to attract danger anywhere that he tried to make a home. And now that he finally has a home, he's going to do his best to defend it. And then later, he needs to pay his taxes and repair a pirate's rowboat. A pirate dropped off his beloved rowboat, now broken, for me to repair. I've got to repair and deliver it to him before the ship sells. So we'll work on that later, too. I just love that he, like, takes care of all these tasks. But let's go see about these chinchillas. No flower picking for Kirspin. Oh, wait, he can pick flowers. He can pick some wildflowers for his wife. That'd be super sweet. And I like this hunter. I'm excited that she has come to join our land. Hunter Maribel. She's pretty cool. And King Frogo likes to hang out probably with the frogs in the forest still, so he's over here. He used to be a frog. Then our spy master gave him a kiss and turned him back into a prince. Oh, he's back! Did we investigate the chinchillas? Tell me all about them. Dun dun dun! Alright, chinchilla time! Chinchilla time! Blacksmith Kirspin wandered into the clearing with Hunter Maribel's words ringing in his ears. Almost immediately, he was set upon by the chinchillas. Blacksmith Kirspin swung his sword quickly and bravely, but as Hunter Maribel had foretold, it was useless. It glanced off the hides of these creatures, and Blacksmith Kirspin was forced to beat a quick retreat. Oh my gosh. Did you see? I see they set upon you like the beasts they are. Was the sword not useless? We hunters need your help. Your best bet may be rigging some device to capture one of these creatures and taking a closer look at its newly grown hide. In the meantime, I will take back my sword. Oh my goodness, guys. And now we actually have the moderate bite. The animal bite left quite a mark on Blacksmith Kirspin. I think he would try just to tough it out, but he has seen some things, friends. He has seen some things. So now, Hunter Maribel may have had the right idea. Constructing a chinchilla trap will allow me to bring one of those creatures back to my workshop for a closer look. So, all right, we're gonna head back, pay our taxes, and get to work on constructing a chinchilla trap, I suppose, for whatever we have just discovered. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be very exciting. There's like highly evolved chinchillas. Natural selection. The hunters have picked off all of the easy pickings, and now they are fighting back. Personally, I might be on the side of the chinchillas, just letting you guys know. But alright, if you guys could, do please leave a like for evolved chinchillas. And if you would like to join us on this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!